Okay, so the first step to setting up a Google ad is to go to ads.google.com. That's ads.google.com. It will ask you to sign in or sign up. Because I already have a business and I'm already signed in, I did go ahead and take care of that step. So now it's asking, what's your main advertising goal? Do you want to get calls, website sales, or visits to a physical location? For me as a mobile notary working from home, I just want more calls. So that's what I'm going to pick. I click next and it's telling me we can set up our campaign by linking accounts, or I cannot use my account information. So I'm going to do don't use this info just to kind of see what happens. And because I think a lot of you don't have websites or anything like that yet, it'll be helpful to see. So give us your business name. I'm just going to say Girl Notary. All right. So that's going to show my ad when people search for me by name. So I'm going to hit next. Tell us where people go after they click your ad. I'm going to say, I don't know, home.com. Let's see if that'll let me do anything. Next. It's learning about our business. Oh, look at that. Thanks. People come here after they click your ad. Since that website actually exists, it took me to some website for Fairway. I guess somebody bought that domain. So I'm just going to hit next. And then now it's time to write the ad. So this is what's most important. I want you to see what this interface kind of looks like. So when it comes to writing your ad, if I did link it to my website, it would have filled in some suggestions already. But since I went ahead and clicked, I do not have a website, I'm going to do it myself. So headline 1, let's say Mobile Notary Atlanta, for instance. Headline number 2, I'm going to say 24-hour service, just as example. Headline 3, I'll say reliable mobile notary. And then for description, how about, let's see, trustworthy mobile notary in Atlanta, 24/7. All right, description 2, call or text anytime. So if you want to show a call button on your ad, you put in a phone number. And I do have this on mine, so people can just click directly when they pull me up. I'm going to make up a number. Let's pick a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. And they do have help for writing successful ads. I just kind of winged it. So I'm going to hit next. Oh, gosh darn it. It wants a valid phone number. I don't know. What's a good number to use? Let's say, gosh darn it. Okay, so I won't pick that because I can't think of a number and I don't want to, I don't want to put a number on there. I'm using it right now. Bam, it worked. Okay. So add keyword themes to match your ad to searches. Because I used home.com, it just filled in some things for me. I'm going to go with that for right now. And I'm going to say next. If I wanted to add some more, actually I'll add a few. Boom, boom, boom. Next. So you want to show your ad in the right places. So let's pick specific zip codes, cities, or regions. I'm going to switch this up and just say Atlanta, Georgia. Boom. So Atlanta, Georgia, of course, it's a weird shape. It's very weird, but that's what I'm going to go with. And then I'm going to hit next. So here's where you get to the point where it asks you to set your budget. It's saying recommended is $16. I just would pick 10. You can also enter your own budget. And then I'm going to hit next. And then it will take you to a review of your campaign. So Mobile Notary Atlanta, 24-hour service, reliable mobile notary. Of course, as you know, you can change this text to be what you want it to be, but this is what I just entered for this example. And then I'm actually going to show you what's on mine. So I'm just going to hit next. And it's going to ask me to get a clear picture of what I want. I'm going to stop right here just so I don't actually set up an ad that's not for me and then end up having to pay for it. And let me just take you behind the scenes to show you how my ad is set up. So here's a look at my current Google ad and how it ran last month specifically. So you can see I've already adjusted it so that it shows me only for last month. This is what I spent in the last month, almost $300. So let me be clear. Although I brought in $613, remember that $613 is dwindled down very, very quickly because I paid for a Google ad. And I know I told you all that it was not cheap, but now you know exactly how much it was not cheap, if that even makes sense. How pricey it was. Now here's the catch. They don't tell you exactly how much it costs per click. You just have to pick how much you're willing to spend per day in order to generate this ad, and then you can tell it how much to cap your spending at. So mine is set up for $10 a day is max what I want to spend in ads. But guess what? I can spend $20 in one day, $10 another day, $5 another day. It'll be capped once I hit that spend, but I don't know how to actually reconfigure the ad so that I'm not wasting my money, to be clear. And let's talk about wasting of the money. So the impressions is how often your ads was shown. And you can see that my ad has been shown over 5,000 times. But that 5,000 times does not translate into clients, right? I have 146 clicks on my ad. I also had 33 phone calls on my ad. Now, they don't charge you for impressions. They do charge you for clicks, calls, and I think the locations part. But since I don't have an office, you'll never see anything for locations. So clicks and calls, you do pay for. And it can vary. That's why they don't tell you how much it costs. I have a feeling that it's like, okay, you pay 2 cents per click between 10 a.m. and 12 a.m. But that number goes up if you're getting a lot of clicks during that time, then the price varies based on use. I feel like there's an algorithm, just like how all these apps have algorithms. That's what I think happens and why they don't tell you how much per click and why you can have this many views, this many clicks, and you not necessarily translate that into business, right? Now they do have a conversions piece I've not set up because it just seems like too much to set it up, but I think it's free in order to get started with that. If any of you do set it up, let me know how that works. So like I said, I had over 5,000 impressions, and you can see here from this graph, it varies. 170 one day, 74 another day, 156, 65. On this particular day, I have 485. Why? I do not know, but I did. But I just know that my ad was shown a lot and it didn't translate necessarily into business. Now, they also show you more details on your impressions. Over 4,000 times on mobile devices, over 2,000 times in these specific areas. And then it tells you based on age, you know, the age group of the people looking at your ad. I think that's important to know. Let me go back and let's look at some other pieces of the ad. So when it comes to keyword themes and search phrases, let me go into the details there. Right now, my keyword themes are what's listed here. I'm not an e-notary, so I actually need to take this off. I don't know why that's showing up. So e-notary by, so 24-hour notary, mobile notary, public, notary signing agent, and what you see here, all these things are my keyword themes. There are some suggestions here that you can start adding I guess that's how e-notary ended up there. And I wonder if that had anything to do with it, because people are probably looking for an e-notary and I'm not an e-notary. But all you would do here is hit save. Search phrases. I don't even think I did anything with this. Maybe I did. So search phrases are what people searched for to see your ad. For better performance, turn off the ones that aren't relevant to your business and what you offer. Okay, so now we're getting down to business here. See, I had Notary, and Notary, there was a significant spin there. So I don't know if that means that I need to not simply use the word notary and maybe change it a bit. But there is a spend that I don't know which one is performing the best. I mean, I know how many are getting clicks, but I don't know which ones are getting me the most clicks. Mobile Notary is giving me 243 impressions, but only 6 clicks. The one that's getting the most clicks is 61, and that's just the word notary. So I don't know, you guys. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. It's hard to know. Like, I'm not a Google Ads expert. I know that there are people who are, and maybe that's something that you look to outsource someone to set up your ad and manage your ad. I don't know. I just don't know. But this is what I've got going on right now. So I'm going to leave everything as is, perhaps, for right now. Let me hit back and see what else I can show you. It does give you a brief view of what it would look like on a phone. And then it shows your budget and your location and ad schedule. Now that I will show you. See details. So when you get to your location and ad schedule, you are going to pick your area. You advertise near a specific address, and then you can pick the mile radius. So I picked the zip code that I wanted to pick to advertise in, and then I selected the actual radius. So I hit edit, or if I hit edit, you'll see what I'm talking about here. So you edit, and I did advertise near a specific address. And I think it makes the most sense to advertise near the address that either you live in if you're a mobile notary, or where your job office is, or where you work full time, so that you're showing where you spend most of your time. And then you can just adjust the radius. The other option is to advertise in specific zip codes, cities, or regions. I started out thinking I was going to do that, and then I didn't, because there are just too many zip codes, and I just felt like it was easier if I just picked the radius and then worked off of that. But I may go back and adjust the zip code, because there are some zip codes that I would prefer not to work in. So if I were going to change this, I'd hit save. If I click on ad schedule, I'm going to discard changes. So ad schedule is where you can show when, or select when, your ad is actually shown, and that's by days and times. This does not affect your budget. This is important, and this is a gem right here. I learned this from Notary to Notary. Pretty sure I learned this from her. Keep your ad on 24 hours a day, because just because someone's calling you at 8 a.m. and that's outside of your business hours doesn't mean that they're calling you for service at that time. They can be calling you for service 2 days from now on your lunch break, or 2 days from now when you are working. So keep it on 24 hours a day. That is one thing I learned, and I think that made a huge difference, because people call me early in the morning. No one ever calls me late at night. The latest I've ever been contacted, I think, was at like 7 something. That was it. And that was twice. The woman who I serviced last week, and I had one other person who texted me, the one who had the school form for the ACT. She texted me later in the day, but it wasn't like midnight. She just texted later in the day, when I would generally not be working. But she needed service that next day. So of course I'm going to have my ad on 24 hours a day, because if you text me at 3 a.m., first of all, I'm always up. So if you text me at 3 a.m., I'm going to see it. And if you happen to get a response from me at that time, cool. If not, you'll get it the next morning. If I miss the time that you need service, that's also okay. Like it's okay, but just have it on 24 hours a day. If I was going to change this, I would. If you're not going to work on Sundays, take it off. Just things like that make a big difference. So that is really all I have about this Google Ads business. It seems sort of complicated to a certain extent, but that's why I'm just going ahead and trying it out now, because I will be adjusting it, because I don't want to spend $300 a month on an ad, because that sounds crazy, right? 300 on an ad when I only brought in 613. I can't spend half of my income on a Google ad. So I will be trying to figure out how to fine tune this, but I know a lot of you were waiting to see how to get this set up. And so I want to make sure that I did show that to you. So that's all I have, you guys. I hope this is somewhat helpful, even though I'm not a guru on this. I just want to show you what I've been doing and what seems to work for me. And then as I kind of move through this and navigate, I will be sure to update you. In the meantime, I'm sure there are questions, so go ahead and drop some questions in the comments and I will respond. So have a great rest of the day, you all, and I look forward to answering your questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.